Yeah, hi team. I think we can go and start the session. Meantime, if others are available, they can join the session. Let me share my screen. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is what we have. So in the last session, what we are able to do, we are creating that integrations. So we are creating the parameter report, PDF reports, and all those things we have created. Now, suppose in case if you have to read that BIP report and output, right? In our case, right? How we can go and read that one, right? So because as of now, what we are doing, we are sending that file to the email and all. But suppose in the integration itself, if we have to read that one, right? How we can go and read that output? So we'll see that today. So I will go and see this one. So this is our that CSV one we have. So I will go and clone this one. I can say read BIP report. That okay, we wanted to read that whatever the report will get. So that same thing we wanted to read in the report in the OIC itself. Suppose if the client say that okay, no, I don't want to see that over email. Please read here only and do some activity. Correct. So how we can go and do that one? So we'll see that one. So before to that one, we can go and just run this one. Activate. Refresh. So we can go and do the run. So we are getting that output here, right? So if you see, right, if I will go and see that email, so we would have received that email also for this one. So this is what we have that existing thing that, okay, existing thing we are able to get here. So we are able to read that content of the file here. Now, suppose if you wanted to show this content outside, like in the OIC itself, right? So what we need to do, right? We need to create the loop one, right? So I can come here and I will define my response, right? That, okay, what the response will look like. So we can say here, it will contain the all the employees, right? So we can say employees, and then it is going to be the array because we will get multiple lines from there, and then we can go and define one by one array. So what all things we have, right? So we have all these columns. So we can just go and copy these things. So these are all our columns what we have. Right? So this is what we have, right? So what we do, right? We can go and create. First we have the employee number. So I can go and write here employee number. Then we can write here employee full name. because this is the our output will get, right? So we can go and give any name here. So I can say employee first name, employee last name, employee start date. We can write assignment number, primary flag, and we can say status. Status. Now we can go and put this is our key. So this is what we have, right? So we'll say that, okay, this is our output. We wanted to see that output into this format. So we can go to our integration. So we can come here and we can go and do the deactivate of this one. Refresh. Now we can come down into this one and we say that, okay, we wanted to return that output from this BIP report. So we can say continue. And whatever our response, right, continue in line. So this is the response, right? It was coming till now. So we say we don't need this response. We need our own response. So that information should come into this way, right? We can say continue. So it looks like here it is showing that, okay, invalid. Okay, so why it's showing invalid?
Okay, assignment number, comments.
What? No, it's there for all. Okay. Continue. Employee name. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so what is missing, right, is comma. We have missed the comma here. Then we can say continue and finish. So we have defined the response. Now we can go and do the save. Now, if you see right here, what we have, right, stage right. So it means like we are writing the file, right? So we don't have the content with us still, right? We have the file, but we don't have the content of the file. So how we can go and get that content of the file, right? So it means like same what we are doing stage file here, right? So we need to do the stage read after this one. So that, okay, we can go and get the content of the file. So we can come here and we can say stage activity. We can use the stage file and we can say stage read. Continue. So if you see right here, we need to define that, right? So configure the file response. So we have the file reference, right? So we can go and configure that one. So whatever, so either we can go and give the same file name, whatever we have created here, right? Same thing we can go and give, or we can go and give the reference because in the stage right, it will have the reference only. So we can come here and this is the stage right what we have. So we can come ICS file and this is the file reference. So we can say that, okay, this is the file which we wanted to read. So we can say this is our file. We can say continue. Then do we have the CSV, right? Yes, we wanted to read the CSV, right? So we can say continue. Now we need to go and provide the structure of our file. So what we do, right? We can come here and I think we already have or we need to create. Just give me a second. Let me check if I have that. Yes, so I have that structure of the file. So if you see right, we need to create one sample file with that output that, okay, this is how our file will look like. So if you see right, we have this one file. So that, okay, this is the file. So we have the person number, employee, full name, right? So all the information we have here. So one sample file will be required so that, okay, we can go and upload that one and we can go and start reading that one. So this is the file which we need to upload. So we can come back here and this is my file. I can go and upload that file here. That, okay, this is my sample response. Then we can say record name. We can say employee and all employees. It is a comma separated value. Then these are the columns. So one, we can make all columns as an optional and one column we can go and make as a mandatory. So if you see all the columns got mapped here, now we can say continue and finish. We can go and do the same. So what will happen right here? So we got the content of the file. So here we have the encoded format, correct? So here we have the encoded format. Then we have decoded that one with the help of stage right. And in the stage right, we have used that opaque schema, correct? So here we have not given that file. What we have given right here is like opaque schema we have given. So that would will convert, right? XSD file we have given if you see here. So we have given that opaque schema, which will convert the file into the correct format. So it will convert the file into this format, whatever the email we are seeing, right? So in this format it will do. After this one, once we have the file like this one, what we do, we can go and read the content of the file. So how we can go and read the content of the file? So by writing the stage file read action in there. And there we can provide the sample thing. Now we will have that output here. So we can come to that our mapper. And if you see right here, this is our new object which got created. So first we can go and delete this existing one. So delete. And now if you see right, in the stage file, right, in the right, we will have the file only. So we cannot go and do anything here, right? Because here we just have the file. But in the stage read, now we will have the content of the file. If you see all employees and then employee. So all those information, whatever we need, so it is available here. So we can go and do the mapping one by one. Status, primary flag, assignment number, date start, last name, first name, employee full name, and employee number. And then we can go and do the mapping of the parent to parent also. Right? So we have done all the mappings. Now we can go and do the validate. It got validated. Now we can come back again and do the same. So all our code is correct. Now let us go and see that along with the email, right, we will able to read the file also in the OIC itself. So we can go and activate this one. Refresh. Now let us come and run this again. Run. So if you see, right, output, right, we are getting that all the output into our response also. So it means we receive that email, but along with that one, we are able to read that output also. So this is how we can go and read the file or read the BIP report output. Correct? So this is all what we can go and do into our integration. So any questions into this one while reading the file? Okay. So if no questions, then after read write, we can go and do any activity. Correct? Suppose if I wanted to write the file into FTP location, right? We can go and do. So if you wanted to write the file into FTP location, right? So without read also we can do. But in case if you wanted to load this data into our table and all, right? So that time, right, we need to read this one, correct? So what we do right here, for example, we wanted to load this file, right? This data into our table. So let me open this SQL developer. So B21 OIC, I will connect here. So what we do, right, we will go and create one sample file here. So we can create table. Then we can say B21 underscore VIP employees. And in this one, we will go and create our columns. So I can go and copy the same thing again here. That okay, these are the columns we should have. So this is what we have. We can go and define this one. That okay, this is our number. So data type, right, we can go and fix later also. So for time being, right, I will just put So table got created, right? So we have created this table. Now what we'll do, right? Whatever the data we are able to read, right? So we'll see that, okay, can we go and load the data into this table? So select start from. So if you see it, it is completely empty table as of now. There is no data, right? So let us go and see whether whatever the data we wanted to load, right, whether that will go into the table or not. So or how we can go and put the data into the table. So we can come to the same integration and we'll create a clone of this one that, okay, we wanted to load the data into the BIP, into the we can say BIP report to ATP table. We can go and put into our package and clone. So it means, right, same we need to use, but what we need to modify, right, in this one, only the thing which we need to modify is like after this one we need to go and add one more activity. So here we have the read operation. So after this one, what we do, right, we can go and call our OI, the BI ATP connection. So this is our ATP connection. So we can say OIC DB connection. We can say load BIP into ATP. Now what we need to do, right? We are doing only the insert activity, right? So what we do, we can go and do the perform an operation, right? So we can do the perform an operation and we wanted to do the insert. So we can go and use the directly insert. In case if we wanted to write our own query, we can go and write our own query also. So we can say continue. Now, which schema? It will be the admin schema. And what is the table name? So we can say it will start with B21 and search. So in this table, we wanted to load the data. We can say this one, continue. Please make sure that you have selected the message. Okay. So we have to click into this one and then we have to import tables. If you say it without import table, if you directly click into continue, we will get that error, right? So in this one, if you see it, we have not defined the primary key, right? So it will ask that, okay, which is a primary key. So we know person number is going to be the primary key here. So we can say continue. And then we can say we need all the columns and all, right? So by default, it will be selected, but just check. So all columns we need to do, right? So we can say continue. We don't put any conditions and all. So we can say continue here and finish. Save. Now we are loading the data into the BIP report. So what we do, right? We can come here and we need to do the mapping. That okay, from where we will get that output. So this is our report and we have this data. And from where we will get this data, right? So the data will be available from the read response. So we can come here, read response, read all and all employees. So this is what we have the data here. So we can go and do mapping one by one. Active status, primary flag, assignment number. So this is what we did wrong. So we can go and delete. Date start, last name, first name, employee number, and person number. And now we need to map array to array also. So we can go and map array to array. Validate. Now we can come back again and save. So what we are able to do, right? We are able to save here. Now let us go and see whether this data will go into our table or not. So we can go activate and refresh. Now let us go and run this report again. Run. So we got 500. Okay. So insert into, could not convert to class, timestamp, could not convert date. Okay. So that conversion error and all we are getting, correct? So what we do, right, for better thing, right, we can go and put all those things as of now as a date only. So this date, it is making issue because in our code it is a very character too. So first what we do, right, we can come to the table again. This is our table. And we can go and modify the column. Okay, let us drop the column and then we'll add again. So date start, we can go and do the drop. Refresh. Now we can go and add the column. And we'll use this time where character to only and apply. Got created, save. Now let us go and run that code again. It claims could not convert date database external. Okay, let us come back again. And first we can go and try with the date field. So this is our mapper, right? So in this mapper we can come and we can remove the mapping for the date field and delete target node. Validate. Now we'll try to load without this one. Save. Refresh. Now we can go and run the code again. So if you see it, this time insertion got successful, right? Now we can come and see our table also. I can go and run this one. So if you see, right, all the data, whatever we got, right? So we are able to load into our table, correct? So this is how it is going to be working here, right? So this is all we know that, okay, Now, once we have the data with us, we can go and do anything, whatever we wanted to do. Whether we wanted to load the data, whether we wanted to place that file over the FTP, right? So all those things we can go and do. Same thing, right? Now we'll see how we can go and place this file over the FTP server. So let me just open the FTP server also. So this is our FTP server. Now just let me log in into this FTP server. Yeah. So suppose this is what we have right into this one. So let me just go to the different folder, the one which we created for our one. And I wanted to place the file here, right? For example, in this location. So what we do, right? In the same code, we can go and we can write that activity after that one. So we can go and make a clone of this one. We can say BIP report to FTP server. To FTP, we can go and create this into our OIC package and clone. We can come back again here. So now, right, I need to place that file only, right? So if I wanted to place the file, if I have the file reference also, right, so that will also work. So if I want, right, I can write the file one by one also, or I can go and write the file as a reference also. So first we'll see how we can go and write it as a reference. So here we'll have the file right? And after that one, what I will get? I will get the file reference. So I can come here and I can use our FTP server. So this is our FTP server. We can go and use this one and we can say write BIP to FTP. We can say continue. And what we do, right? We wanted to write the file. And where we wanted to write the file, so we can go and give this location, that okay, output directory and file name pattern. So directory is this one. So we can go and copy this path. And what is the file name pattern? We can say employee BIP. Then we can say percentage sequence. So that okay, new file it will be created. .csv. Now we can say continue. So do we have the file? So in case if you have a file, right, we can go with this one, or we have the reference, right? So we can go with this option. We can say continue and finish. Now we can come to our mapper part. And in this one, right, we have to map the ICS file reference. So where we will have the file reference, we will have the in the stage right. So we can come to the stage right response, ICS file, and this is a file reference. So we can go and place this one. Now validate. So we have this reference. We can go back and save. Now what we do, right? We can go and activate this one and activate. Refresh. Now we can come again and we can go and run the integration. So this is what we have to there. We can go and click into run again. So let it complete. Once it complete, then we can see that okay, whether the file got. So we got that output. Now we can go and check our FTP location. So I can go and refresh here. So if you see right here, we got that file employee BIP 1.csv. So if you see right here, what happened, right? So it came as a comma, colon, right? Because we have given the colon. So it means like whatever we have given, so the colon is wrong here. Because now this will not be, if you see, report we came at exactly right, but the file name it is not correct. What we need to do, right? We can come here and we can modify our file name that okay, we don't need to put the colon while giving the file name. So come back again. And this is our write file FTP. So not to the mapper part. Here we need to come. Continue. And here we need to give without colon only. Continue. Continue and finish. Now we can go and do the save. Come back again and activate. And refresh. Now we can go and run again and run the code. So this got completed. We get that output. Now we can come back again to the FTP location and we can check. So if you see this time it got generated correctly. Employee BIP1.csv, right? So whatever the file previously got, that also file is there, but the file name was not coming correctly because we have put the codes. So this time it is coming properly. So this is how we can go and do. So we can call the data, whatever activity we wanted to do with the data, right? We can go and do. We can send over email, we can load into the FTP location, we can insert the data into the table, right? So it is completely up to us what activity we wanted to do with that one. So that is what like we can go and do all those things into the VIP. So any questions, anyone? Okay, so if no question, then I think we have completed this BIP topic also. So from tomorrow, we'll see the next new topic. So we'll wrap up the session today here only. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.